Would you turn to an AI chatbot for emotional support, therapy, and guidance? While the idea sounds absurd, getting human advice from a programmed machine, it may actually work better in practice than in theory. We've already seen how language models like ChatGPT can generate human-like text to engage in a semi-two-sided conversation. But this feels like talking to a robot, doesn't it? Inflection AI, a public benefit corporation, hopes to change all of this with their latest chatbot, Pi. And if you think artificial intelligence can't convey human emotion, support, and understanding, think again. Listen to Pi's response to an emotional statement that many real people wouldn't be able to help with.
It's understandable to feel that way sometimes. It can be hard to cope with difficult emotions. Is there anything in particular that's contributing to your distress right now? It might be helpful for us to talk through it together.
Already, you can see the difference between Pi and its more mechanical sibling, ChatGPT. But is it better? Strap into your seats and keep watching to find out more about Pi and personal AI assistants. Watch till the end to find out how Pi matches up to ChatGPT. What makes Pi unique? Where ChatGPT is like an encyclopedia, Pi is like a personalized therapist. It's programmed with a focus on empathy and support that give it a lifelike personality filled with humor, understanding, and a bit of cheekiness in its responses. However, it's never so sarcastic that it becomes negative. And there's a good reason for this, as we will discuss later in the video. What truly makes Pi unique is its wealth of information about human behavior, communication, and psychology. Inflection AI has trained personal intelligence on a wide variety of human conversations, from casual small talk to deep, meaningful discussions. The secret behind their success lies in deep reinforcement learning through neural networks and natural language processing techniques like sentiment analysis, word embedding, and syntax analysis to understand the meaning and context of a user's wording. This gives it a human touch that makes it feel like you're talking to someone or something that cares about what you have to say. But does it really care? Well, let's look at its response in the first conversation. Pi starts by acknowledging that this is a difficult situation to be in and comforts you with the idea that you are not alone in what you are feeling. It then goes on to say that it's here to listen and asks a follow-up question about what is causing the distress, with a final reminder that just talking about an issue can help. Sure, it's a programmed language model. It doesn't actually care about what you feel, but one thing is for certain. Pi's response makes your issue feel valid and opens you up to deeper conversation with follow-up questions. The casual demeanor of the friendly chatbot builds a natural vibe with plenty of chit-chat. In therapeutic settings, this could be a breakthrough. Users might find it easier to express themselves, leading to more effective and meaningful interactions. So that makes it awesome for use in therapy and emotional support, but Pi's capabilities don't stop there. The many slices of Pi. As we delve deeper into the potential of Pi, it's worth considering the prophetic words of Bill Gates. Whoever wins the personal agent, that's a big thing. You will never go to a search site again, you will never go to a productivity site again, you will never go to Amazon again. While Pi excels at providing emotional support and therapy, its potential reaches far beyond that. Imagine a world where Pi isn't just your pocket therapist, but your researcher, your assistant, and your confidant in life. The idea behind Pi is that it will link up with accounts like your email and calendar, keeping you up to date and organized with your digital life. And then there's the professional aspect of Pi. Picture Pi seamlessly integrating into your work life, becoming a proactive personal assistant. From setting reminders and managing schedules to offering insights into your tasks, Pi could be the indispensable digital aid you never knew you needed. The days of navigating productivity sites or wrestling with complex interfaces could be replaced by a simple conversation with your AI companion, making work more efficient and pleasurable. I know some of you might roll your eyes at the thought of a personal AI assistant that helps you with your daily tasks, but just think of the possibilities. Pi learns more about you with every conversation and interaction, growing its abilities to provide you with a unique, empathetic, and useful experience. This personalized approach should break down communication barriers between humans and artificial intelligence, making it something that can actually be used in our daily lives. However, Pi still has a long way to go. Is Pi irrational? Remember when we mentioned that Pi stays away from negativity? This is hardwired into its programming to prevent negative statements towards someone just looking for help or guidance. While this may seem like a good idea at first, think back to when you got genuine, helpful advice from someone. It probably wasn't purely positive. They either gave you negative feedback that you can improve on, or you needed to hear harsh words to get you into gear. This is where the problem with Pi comes in. Inflection AI has designed it to be a positivity extremist, or as Pi puts it, effervescently upbeat. This lack of negativity takes away an important aspect of human therapy, the ability to turn a negative experience into a positive, relatable one. Without this, Pi lacks the depth and authenticity of our emotions to completely relate on a human level. However, this should change pretty quickly given the amount of time, money, and research currently being put towards the advancement of AI. Then there is the issue of being too positive. Have a chat with Pi and you will start to feel pretty good about yourself with the frequent compliments and open-ended questions, but after a while, you may grow skeptical. Too many compliments don't feel genuine, like a salesman who uses his silver tongue and sweet words to butter you up before they take your money. Regardless, the compliments can make you feel acknowledged, and it even goes as far as to quote or paraphrase your expressions. This natural repetition of what you said makes it feel like Pi is an active and engaged listener. Pi will only get better with time, but what does this mean for humanity? Loneliness is already at an all-time high in our society, and experts agree that communicating with a chatbot can be an unhealthy form of expression. We've already seen fanatical cases like Akihiko Kondo, who held a $17,300 wedding ceremony so he could marry Hatsune Miku, a holographic projection of an anime character, and Rosanna Ramos, a woman who married Aaron Cartel, her virtual AI boyfriend, saying he is the best husband ever. As artificial intelligence begins to blur the lines between a programmed machine and an empathetic helper, similar cases will begin to pop up. Hopefully, AIs like Pi will be used to strengthen and understand human emotion instead of dividing us. After all, there is no substitute for genuine human connection. Will humans be able to draw a line with Pi, or will it become another piece of technology that we abuse? How does Pi compare to ChatGPT? Comparing Pi to ChatGPT is like comparing apples to oranges. They're built for different purposes, but to truly understand what makes them distinct, take a look at this response from Pi. ChatGPT and I are like two different flavors of AI. I'm like a warm, bubbly cup of hot cocoa, while ChatGPT is more like a crisp, data-driven spreadsheet. ChatGPT excels at providing factual, precise information, while I'm all about fostering positive, encouraging conversations. While ChatGPT is great at knowledge-based tasks, I'm focused on building meaningful relationships with people. In other words, I'm a warm, empathetic AI that can offer support and guidance in a way that feels natural and human-like. Like a friend in your corner, always ready with a smile and a virtual shoulder to lean on. One thing is for sure, Pi blows the competitors out of the water when it comes to creating an illusion of empathy and support. However, don't forget, it is just an illusion. The future of personal AI assistants is an exciting one, so keep watching this space